Let's compare the waveform capture rate between the Regal MSO5000 series and the Tektronix MSO2000B series oscilloscopes. Both instruments were recently calibrated, and the Tektronix is running firmware version 1.56. The Tektronix oscilloscope is specified to 5,000 waveforms per second. There's no external trigger out, so we can't see how this changes with different functions on the scope. So let's take a look at the Regal. On the Regal, we've connected the trigger output function into the digital logic line, so we can use the counter here to see how many triggers it takes per second. We've already turned on the color grading display, the frequency counter, and the FFT. And we're still running right at about 500,000 waveforms per second, 100 times more than Tektronix. Now we can add some other functions as well. We can turn the cursor on, track a couple of those waves. We can go ahead and turn on some analysis functions like our digital voltmeter. We can go further into the FFT function, set up the peak search, capturing the peak values for those the 3 harmonic peaks on that signal. We can also go ahead and turn all the measurement functions on if we want. Now this whole time we've managed to stay right at about that 500,000 waveforms per second rate. We've also could see the whole time this blue wave moving through in the back. Now this is a runt pulse that's happening occasionally. The waveform capture rate is what really enables you to see that there's something wrong or abnormal occasionally about this signal. As soon as we can see that, we can go ahead and switch over to a different trigger mode where we can capture it more cleanly. Here we can use the runt trigger and immediately find that single bad pulse that happens every about 60 times a second. So we can see now that's running right at about 60 Hertz on a trigger mode when it's triggering on this specific wave. So high capture rate up to 500,000 waveforms per second is really what allows you to see infrequent glitches and errors, and being able to do that with other analysis capabilities running is one of the great features of the MSO5000 series oscilloscope.